Okay, what's up, people? Well, this lesson, um, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to turn on the microphone, and I'm not gonna change it right now. Yeah, let's hope the voice is okay. Yeah, I hope the microphone, the sounds is good for you. And well, what is that? It's 2 times bonus. Yes, cool. Well, this lesson, I want to share a little bit about the heart. Yeah, how much do you know about your heart? What can you say about your heart? Yeah, what is the importance of your heart? Yeah, so I do want to share some important facts about the heart, mm, and how the heart can be really helpful for us because, sure, yeah, if we have a healthy heart, that means we are going to live a long and healthy life. But we do have to have a healthy heart for that. Yeah. Now, I do have some questions here to get us going. Yeah. And the first question is, what is more important? Yeah. Is it exercise or is it resting? Yeah. If you had to choose, of course, sure, both are important. Yeah, it is important. It is crucial. It is important. It is essential to do both. It's essential to exercise, and it's pivotal to rest. We know that. We all know that. But if you could put that on a scale, if you could weigh that and understand and pick one, what is more important, exercise or rest? I can even have an example for you. For instance, what if um, you already worked a lot of hours a day and you decide that, okay, I work a lot of hours a day. If for me to have 7 or 8 hours of sleep, it's necessary for me to go to sleep early, or to go to sleep at a certain time, and I have to wake up a little bit later so I can have 7 or 8 hours of sleep. Would you choose to sleep more and have 1 or 2 extra hours of sleep, or would you take these extra hours of sleep to exercise? Yeah, so which one is more important, exercise or rest? What is your choice if you had to pick one? Yeah. And speaking of the heart, what are some heart healthy foods? Yeah, I'm just asking some questions here about the heart just to get us going. Yeah, so what types of food, yeah, do you guys think are good or healthy for the heart? Yeah. Um, and how many teaspoons, yeah, the smaller spoon, how many teaspoons of sugar, yeah, do you think there are in a can of soda? Yeah, you know the can of soda. Yeah, those soft drinks that people drink. A lot of people drink every day. They come on a can. Tss. How many teaspoons of sugar do you think there is inside? Yeah, this can of soda, and how much do you think sugar can affect your heart? Yeah, do you believe sugar is good or bad for your heart? Yeah. And how is another interesting fact that I'm sure going to share with you guys today is how different is it the woman's heart from the man's heart? Are women and men's heart similar, or are women and men's heart different? That's another curiosity, another surprising fact that I'm going to share here with you in this lesson. Yeah. Are men and women's hearts the same, or are men and women's hearts different? Yeah. What do you know about the difference between men's hearts and women's hearts? Yeah. Well, I do have some words to get us going here. Yeah, words of things, yeah, that are necessary, that are helpful for us, yeah, to have a healthy heart. Yeah, or things, actually, words, expressions that relate to our hearts. For instance, relaxation. Yeah, relaxation is an important word that relate to the heart. Now, relaxation is a state of calmness. yeah, in your body. Yeah, so when your body is calm and your mind is calm, yeah, this is relaxation. We also have another word that relates to the heart, yeah, and that word is high blood pressure. Yeah. High blood pressure is the tension caused by this strong force of blood through the arteries. Yeah. And this tension causes us to have high blood pressure. We'll talk more about high blood pressure further in this lesson, of course. I'm going to share a little bit more about that. Yeah. We also have the word that relates to this topic of heart. We also have the word plenty. Now, what's plenty? What's plenty? That's something that is usually more than enough, something that is more than the sufficient. Yeah, plenty. So, examples, I'm going to put some examples in sentences just so you have an idea what that is. For instance, uh, I have plenty I do plenty of exercise every day. Yeah, so I do enough, more than enough. Yeah, so I'm good with the amount of exercise. Yeah. You know, when people say the opposite, of course, as something bad, like I've had plenty of sugar today. Yeah, so I've had more than enough sugar. So I'm not having sugar today anymore. Yeah, so I don't want coffee, or if you drink your coffee, try not to have a lot of sugar in your coffee all the time you drink coffee, especially if you drink a lot of coffee in a day. Yeah. Um, we also have another word, and that is heart rate. Yeah, now heart rate is the number of times a person's heart beats per minute. So the number of times a person's heart beats per minute, that's your heart rate. Yeah. Usually people measure that. Yeah. You know, that machine that you go when people are at the hospital. Yeah. And at the hospital, you have that machine that goes like beep, beep. Yeah. This is the machine that measures, yeah, the heart rate. Yeah. We can also measure heart rates nowadays, yeah, in a lot of other ways. Yeah. You know, the treadmill, when you put your hands in that treadmill, the thing that runs with the belt, like a conveyor belt thing. Yeah, that keeps spinning at the gym that you can run in place. Yeah. That thing, yeah, there are some treadmills that you can put your hands in a metal plate, and that metal plate has something connected to it that measures your heart rate. Yeah, and the same works with the watches. And people do have watches that can measure, yeah, your heart rate as well. And another word that can relate to hearts, yeah, to our hearts, is intake. Now, what's intake? Intake is the amount of substance, the quantity of substance that we take into our bodies. Yeah. So I'll share more examples, yeah, further in this conversation, yeah, in this lesson. Yeah. Other words that we can use to relate to speaking about the heart is skip. Yeah, now what's skip? Skip is to not take something, yeah, or not do something that is part of your routine. Yeah, so let's say you exercise every day. Yeah, you can say, I will skip my exercise today. So you skip your exercise, you don't exercise. Yeah. I'll skip, yeah, drinking water today. So I'm not drinking water today. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do from my routine. Yeah. So you are skipping something. You are not doing something. Yeah. You know, people used to say back then, yeah, when we used to go to school, people would say, oh, I'm skipping classes today. I'm skipping classes. I'm not going to classes. I'm not participating in the classes. Another word we can use that could relate to our hearts, yeah, is stress. Yeah, now what's stress? Stress is a combination, yeah, of worry, don't worry, be happy, you know, Bob Marley. Yeah, so worry and anxiety. So the mix of worry and anxiety, yeah, is stress. Yeah, so when you think too much, I think it's a mix of feelings Yeah, between the past and the future. When you mix these feelings between the past and the future, you go a little crazy and you get more stressed. Yeah, this is what stress is. Yeah. Now, another word that could relate to the heart, yeah, is infection. Yeah. So infection is a word that could relate to the heart. Yeah. And what is infection? Infection is an illness caused by germs that enter the body. Yeah. So if these germs, if these worms, if this bacteria, yeah, enter, yeah, our bodies, not just the heart, but the body, any part of the body, yeah, we can have an infection. And infection might cause some heart problems, yeah, but or heart problems, heart trouble, yeah. And I'll come more, yeah, with more surprising facts about the heart, with some more ideas about the heart, yeah. I also have another one that relate to the heart. Another word that relate to the heart. That is gum disease. What is a gum disease? What's the gum? Yeah, gum. We have our teeth. Yeah, and above or below our teeth, we have our gum. Yeah. So this, yeah, is my gum. Yeah, my top gum, my bottom gum. Yeah, so these are the gums. Yeah, if people have a gum disease, yeah, that is an infection, yeah, in this area of our bodies. And yes, for people who didn't know about that, yeah, having gum disease, problem in your gums, can increase, yeah, the chances of having heart trouble, yeah, problems with your heart, having gum disease. So I'll come back with this, with an interesting fact about this information that I'm sharing here with you later in this lesson. I'm going to share that in a second. Yeah. And of course, there's also another problem, that is the growth of abnormal cells that begins in the breast, and that's mostly for women. Yeah, so women, yeah, have breast cancer. A lot of women have breast cancer. Yeah, breast for women. Yeah, not for men. So these women have breast cancer. Yeah. Of course, I believe, I'm not sure actually, yeah, if men could have this kind of problem. I should have researched that before this lesson, but that is not the topic of our lesson. I am here, yeah, to share about the heart. Yeah. And here are some interesting facts I want to share to you about the heart. Yeah. Now, what are some surprising facts? One of them is that potatoes, yeah, are heart healthy food. So yes, potato is healthy. Potato is good. If you like potato, potato is good. And one example is russet potato. What's a russet potato? Maybe you can put some images on the internet so you can see what a russet potato is. I'm giving the spelling for russet. Russet, RUSSE, as in email, T. Again, russet, RUSSET. Let me say the words again. Russet, R as in restaurant, U as in umbrella, S as in uh, S as in sword, another S as in sword, E as in email, and T as in turtle. Yeah. So russet potato, you can see some images on the internet, like I said. Russet potato, yeah, with the skin on. Don't remove the skin of the russet potato. Russet potato is that potato that has a on the skin. It has a dark brown color. Yeah, it's a dark brown color for the russet potato, and this potato is has half of the recommended daily intake of vitamin C. Yeah, so for uh, for an ordinary human being, if you eat One russet potato a day, one russet potato has half of the recommended daily intake for vitamin C. Yeah. And that is very good for your heart. That is very good for your health. If you have good health overall, good diet overall, yeah, you will live longer because your heart will feel good. Yeah. Another one is another interesting fact, another surprising fact about the heart, yeah, is that females have faster heart rates. Who are females? Females, women, XY, XY. I don't know. Females have faster heart rates. The average female, the normal, ordinary, the average female heart rate is 75 beats per minute, BPM. So, in 75 beats per minute is 5 beats per minute faster than the average male heart rate. So, the heart of women, let me move this 1 second. Very good. Let me tie a flare. That's my goal. Yeah. Yes. One, um, the average, yeah, heart, female heart rate is 75 beats per minute. Yeah. And men usually have 5 beats per minute slower than women. Yeah. So women's hearts beat faster than men. Yeah. Um, so women also watch out. Yeah. Pay attention. Yeah. To your diet. Yeah. To your diet and everything you do. Another interesting fact about the heart, yeah, the human heart, is that most people consume far too much sugar. Yeah. And this excess of sugar, yeah, can be very bad for us. Yeah, for us human beings. Yeah. Um, I was sharing in the beginning of this lesson, I was asking you guys a question about that, and 1 can, yeah, of soda, yeah, of soft drink has about 8 teaspoons of sugar. So 8 teaspoons of sugar for one soda can. Yeah. So that's more or less 100 calories of sugar. 100 calories of sugar for 1 can of soda, of soft drink. And well, that's it's plenty. Yeah, it's plenty for one single day. Yeah, it's a lot of sugar. It's more than enough. It's more than sufficient. So for example, if you drink 1 can of soda in one day, you are not supposed to eat anything else that has sugar in it. The problem is a lot of food, if not most of the food in the world, have, yeah, processed, or even that is not processed or ultra processed. They come with a lot of sugar. Yeah, it's sometimes some food is naturally comes with sugar. Yeah, apple naturally has sugar. So if you drink 1 can of soda, 1 can of pop or soft drink, that's already too much. It's excess. Yeah. Um, and of course, these things, yeah, this excess of sugar, yeah, does cause diabetes and obesity, which are very bad for the heart. Yeah, diabetes, obesity, excess of sugar, these things are very bad for your heart. And you know that. I think I don't need to say that, but I'm just going to say that. Yeah, even though I don't need to say it, your heart, if your heart stops, your life also stops. Yeah, there's no more life for you. So make sure you take good care of your heart. Yeah, because your heart helps make all your other parts of the body work. Yeah, your brain, yeah, your arms, your hands, your feet, your legs. Yeah, because the heart is pumping blood for all over your body. Yeah. Another interesting fact is the lack of sleep. Yeah, because if you do not sleep enough, you're not sleeping enough, definitely can cause your blood pressure to increase. And of course, uh, high blood pressure can cause you to have a heart attack. Your heart stops and game over. Yeah. So if you want to reduce the risk of high blood pressure, yeah, you need to get at least 7 hours of sleep every day. Yeah, you get between 7 hours and 9 hours of sleep, between 7 and 9 hours of sleep every day. This will definitely reduce your risk of having high blood pressure. Yeah, and not having high blood pressure, you reduce a lot the risks of having a heart attack, of your heart stopping. Yeah, if you don't want that, sleep well. Yeah, sleep tight. Sleep 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours uninterruptedly. Okay, not waking up during the night. Yeah, another one is relaxation. Yeah, because relaxation, as I shared there, relax. Yeah, chill. Relaxation, yeah, definitely reduces the heart disease. Yeah, people always talk about this importance of exercise, and sure, exercise, yeah, is important. Going to the gym, exercise, lift some weight, go for a run. Yeah, because running or any other type of cardio exercise, yeah, these cardio exercises, they are very good for your heart, because our heart is also like a muscle. Yeah, so the same we exercise the muscles here with weights, so the muscles stay healthy. Heart is also a muscle. And how do you exercise the heart? How do you make your heart stronger? You need to do cardio. Yeah. When you do cardio, your heart will feel stronger. Yeah. But okay, besides exercising, we know exercising is important, but besides exercise, relaxation. Yeah. Because relaxation reduces the heart disease. Yeah. Exercising is important, but relaxation is also important. 1 hour, of course, you have your 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep. I'm talking about a healthy lifestyle. I'm not saying this is what you do. If you don't do this, you should. Yeah, but if you don't get all this amount of sleep per day, yeah, then I recommend, yeah, at least, yeah, not just myself, yeah, but it's recommended that you relax at least 1 hour per day. Every day, if you can get 1 hour to relax, it's essential for a healthy heart, for a good and strong heart. You have to relax for 1 hour. Relax. Do some mindfulness. Yeah, I don't know if you know mindfulness, yeah, but something that relaxes your mind, that will consequently relax your heart. Yeah, a little bit of meditation. Yeah, slow down. Yeah, take 1 hour to take deep breaths. Yeah, get some oxygen going. Yeah, get some energy going, some flow going. Yeah, that will make you healthy for sure. Yeah, that will make your heart healthy for sure. Yeah, and um, heart disease is also women's disease. Okay, so women also have heart problems. It's not only a man's disease. A lot of people say, doctors or research or whatever, they say like, oh, a lot of men, usually men have more heart attacks than women. Well, it could be, maybe, perhaps, yeah, men are more stressed than women somehow. Yeah, and men being more stressed than women, or having some other issues. Yeah, not having emotional balance as women do, because women are pretty good with emotional balance. Yeah, especially if they have an important and nice man with them. Yeah, women also have heart disease. Yeah, so women actually are 5 times more likely to die of heart disease than breast cancer. Yeah, so heart disease in women are much higher than having a breast cancer. Yeah. So, and imagine if you know the numbers, yeah, a lot of women, a lot of women, a lot of girls, they already have breast cancer. Yeah. If women have breast cancer, and that's already a very high chance, let alone having a heart problem, having a heart attack. Yes. So please avoid having a heart attack by not doing this. Yeah. And um, another thing that I mentioned here, remember I mentioned the gum disease. Yeah. So yes, brush your teeth, okay? Because brushing your teeth can save your heart. Yeah. If you brush your teeth, you will save your heart. Your heart will thank you. Why? Because having gum disease, yeah, having gum disease is twice, yeah, as likely, yeah, the person who has this gum disease is twice as likely to suffer from heart trouble, like heart attack. Yeah, I've heard stories. I don't know if you've heard stories like that, but I've seen people, yeah, real life for sure, yeah, people who had, thanks for the like, yeah, just one number one gift a badge, yeah, like and gift. Thank you, Alma. And people who have, um, oops, I'm dropping here. Yes. And yeah, brush your teeth. Yeah, your heart will thank you when you brush your teeth. Yeah, because when you brush your teeth, you don't, you avoid having gum disease. Because sure, there are stories of people having heart trouble and even passing away. Yeah, and even, excuse me, dying because they hadn't brushed their teeth. Yeah, they had trouble with infection, and having trouble with infection, of course, they have this problem after all. Yeah. Another one is flu. Yeah, the flu. Yeah, having the flu, having the influenza, it increases the risk of having a heart attack. Your heart stopping. Yeah. So make sure you wash your hands very properly every time. Yeah, before you eat something, before you touch your mouth, you touch your nose, you touch your ears, whatever. Yeah, you scratch your eyes. Make sure your hands are always clean. Yeah, wash your hands, man. Be clean. Okay. And because washing your hands, yeah, because okay, the flu is an infection. Having an infection, like I said, the gum disease or any other problem, any other infection, if you have that infection, your body, your immune system will be lower. Yeah, and then this could cause your heart to be weaker. Yeah, weaker is the opposite of not being strong. If your heart is weak, you could pass away. Yeah, you could end your life. So don't do that. Yeah. And finally, another well, not finally, I have a couple more, but here, um a broken heart can break your heart. Yeah, that's it. So having a poor relationship with your partner, with someone, with a person who lives with you, yeah, increases your chance of heart disease. Yeah, because when you have a poor relationship, a bad relationship in your house, you have a higher chance of heart disease because you hold on to anger, you hold on to negative attitude. And anger, yeah, when you're angry and you have a negative attitude, this will create stress, and more stress causes your heart to stop in some cases, yeah, depending on how long you have been suffering from that stress or whatever. Yeah. And another one that people do say that is a healthy snack is popcorn. You know, popcorn, you get the corn, yeah, pop it. That people say is a heart healthy snack. So it's a snack that is okay, it's good for your body. Yeah. Many people know about the benefits of the berries and the nuts. Yes, the berries and the nuts, they are good for us. But another healthy snack is the popcorn. Of course, when you eat the popcorn, just make sure you remember the word skip. Yeah, you skip the butter and the salt. Popcorn without butter, popcorn without salt. Popcorn is good. Corn is good, yeah. So it's a healthy snack as long as there's no salt, no butter. Can you do popcorn? Answer that question here for me. Can you do popcorn without salt? Can you do popcorn without butter? Are you able to do that? Yeah. Well, just a little bit of a review. Who has a faster heart rate, men or women? It's women. Yeah, women have a faster heart rate. The heart of women is faster than the heart of men. Now, how many tablespoons of sugar does How many teaspoons of sugar does a can of soda, can of pop have? If you remember here in this conversation, in this lesson, a can of pop, a can of soda has about six, yeah, teaspoons of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Yeah, that's about 100 calories of sugar. That's a lot of sugar. Yeah, and ye, do women die more of heart disease or breast cancer? Do women die more of heart disease or breast cancer? Actually, heart disease is worse for women, actually. Okay, so take care of your hearts. Yeah, because the chance of having a problem with your heart, women, is higher than having a problem with your breast. And of course, is good dental hygiene, yeah, related to having a heart attack, a heart disease? Yes, it is. Yeah, just reviewing that here, it is because people who have the gum disease, yeah, they could have an infection in their bodies. Their bodies could be weaker, and as their bodies are weaker, not strong, they could have a problem with heart disease. Yeah. And of course, again, plain popcorn is good for you. Yeah, but only plain popcorn. Okay, plain popcorn is the popcorn that does not have that has neither salt nor butter. If your popcorn doesn't have salt and if your popcorn doesn't have butter, this is healthy for you. It's good, mate. Yeah, you can have a little bit of popcorn every now and then. Yeah, no salt, no butter. Can you do that? Can you eat your popcorn without butter, without salt? Yeah. Um. Well, that's pretty much it. I've been here for a while now. Can you share just a few things that you can do to improve your heart health? Yeah. I have shared a lot of stuff here that people can do to improve their heart health. Yeah. Well, I hope you can do some of this stuff. Yeah, because doing some of this stuff, you can definitely make sure that you are healthier. Yeah, exercising, sleeping, socializing, interacting with people, smiling, being more positive, yeah, not being too negative. Yeah, because being too negative can definitely cause your heart to have trouble. Yeah. Well, avoid sugar as much as you can. Yeah, a lot of salt and all that stuff. Yeah. Of course, a lot of these things are cliche. Yeah, I know that, but I we must always reinforce this to people. Yeah, and of course, as I'm sharing information here, the idea is that I share. This is a lesson, so the idea is that I share vocabulary with you, so you expand your vocabulary knowledge when it comes, in this case, yeah, in this lesson, yeah, when it comes to the topic of heart, yeah, as we talk about our hearts. Yeah. And my last point here in this lesson is, oh, remember the potato, yeah, the russet potato is pretty good. Well, what are some typical signs of a heart attack? Yeah, of the heart stopping. Some of the typical signs could be chest pain. If you feel pain in your chest, yeah, or some discomfort like some pressure, some squeezing in your heart, yeah, or some fullness in your heart. These could be signs of heart attack. Yeah, feeling some pain, discomfort in the arms, in the jaw, in the neck, yeah, in the back. Yeah, a lot of these discomforts, yeah, a lot of these problems, yeah, like shortness of breath, when your back hurts, when your stomach hurts, yeah, all cold sweats, yeah, lightheadedness, yeah, you are a little bit tripping, maybe a little bit dizzy or something, yeah, you feel some nausea, vomiting. All of these things, they could be sign of a heart attack, yeah, that your heart is stopping. Yeah. Of course, you could relate to, oh, how can I know? How can I know like this thing is this thing or that thing is that thing? Well, it's a lot. Of course. Mm, oh, yeah. No, I wouldn't need that. Come on, man. Eh, no, I'm okay with that. And, well, I guess that's pretty much for that one. Yeah. Of course, I'll come back with other lessons, other topics. Feel free to go into my channels and ask for suggestions, comment, participate, yeah, exercise your English every day so you improve it. Stay sharp, keep the practice going. Cheers. Thanks for your participation.